your wardrobe could talk, what would it say about you?
Or black and white,
What are the myths around thyroid?
that you can't lose weight.
What should be the ideal diet?
Said anti-inflammatory food.
How do we mentally get ourselves to understand that it is a problem that we need to get to instead of blaming ourselves?
Education.
My guest today is someone who's changing the way women think about body. Not with trends, but with truth. Sahiba is a nutritionist and nutrition educator with a master's in nutrition science and research from Tufts University, Boston. Her personal journey with hypothyroidism led her to help women navigate postpartum shifts. And with that, we're going to talk a lot about postpartum thyroid and perimenopause. So let's get started. Sahiba, welcome to Wear Your Story, which is part of Is You. I'm so excited to have you today.
Thank you, Rashi. It's a pleasure to be here.
And before we start, I ask this question to everyone. If your wardrobe could talk, what would it say about you?
It would say black and white. I'm a very black and white person. No grays, not a lot of colors or prints.
Yeah,
Like an open book.
Staying true to your wardrobe today.
Literally, wearing that.
Nice, that's great. And it's so nice, like when your wardrobe, when you have that connect, because basically as you started, when I realized that there was such a big disconnect between my wardrobe and the way I was, because I had changed, my body had changed, and I had gone through a pregnancy. And that's when I realized like some 25-year-old is shouting out of my wardrobe and I am not that person anymore. So starting with that, I wanted to ask you, how did your journey really start in nutrition?
So I had a master's degree in mass communication. I was in advertising, I was a writer. Then I got married. I had a very difficult pregnancy. And during my pregnancy, I developed gestational hypothyroidism. And after, once you're a new mom, you give birth, your world changes. It's all about the baby, your health, everything takes a back seat. So I stopped taking the medication. My doctor forgot to tell me that you have to continue taking the medication. And I had heard that once, you deliver the baby, you're breastfeeding, if you eat right, you will automatically drop weight. But I kept gaining weight. For 5 months, I was gaining weight. I had so much pigmentation and I had depression, which I thought was postpartum depression. And after 5 months, when we, got my thyroid checked, the normal range is from, up to 5.
Yeah.
And my TSH was 95.
Whoa.
So that's
A
when,
lot,
and I had put on so much weight. I was 91 kgs at that point. Hated the way I looked. Nothing fit. I didn't know how to dress for that body, you know. I'd never bought clothes at that weight. And so my safest option was to wear salwar kameez or churidar and loose kurtas. Again, I was buying XL, double XL, which kind of bothered me so much. But then when I did start losing weight and started working, I decided, I always tell my clients also, losing weight or taking that decision to get fitter, healthier, it all starts in your mind.
Right.
It's when you decide that, okay, now I'm going to take charge and make the change. So I started doing that. It took me 2 years. I dropped 30 kilos. But I learned a lot on the way. I discovered there was a gap in the market. There were nutritionists who were not qualified. Nobody was paying attention to my food preferences, nothing.
Yeah.
So then I started exploring and looking at courses because I wanted to understand and have an in-depth knowledge of the human body and food science, nutrition. Then I did another master's in nutrition science, and that really helped me understand how powerful food is and how we can use food as medicine and heal ourselves. So that's my journey, and I'm now working on because now I get so many clients who have hypothyroidism, they're struggling with weight loss, and there come these points or stages during your weight loss journey where you become weak mentally and emotionally. So I'm trying to, because I've been through that whole entire
Right.
journey, I'm breaking it into 3 parts where I'm talking about how to overcome those challenges as well. So I hope it helps a lot of people, because it's a personal
Yeah.
story, but again with a lot of good knowledge.
That's amazing. And you know, it always helps when you know how badly it hurts because you've lived it yourself. So you go to the depth of it and kind of figure out a solution. And I can resonate with this to a large extent because I'm a two-time mom as well. And with my first pregnancy after I delivered, I went through hypothyroid as well. My TSH levels were about 8.5, and I struggled. There was literally no information out there or someone who could just tell me like how to treat it. It was just like, get on this medication, right?
That's it, yeah.
And it's a lifetime medication. Thank God to internet and reading around it and people like you who are like spreading enough information, because I remember coming to you and joining your program at that time. I think what really helped me in that moment was understanding what I was going through instead of how to immediately lose weight, because it took me a year and a half with my first pregnancy to get back to where I was. But that year and a half wasn't a journey about just shedding the weight. It was a journey of understanding what my body is really going through. But I feel like a lot of us blame ourselves in that process if we gain weight, or there's hair loss, or there's acne. How do you suggest women really address this, and how do we mentally get ourselves to understand that it is a problem that we need to get to instead of blaming ourselves?
Right. I mean, it's a very important question, and every woman that walks through my clinic door, she comes with I would say a poor relationship with her own body. We have body image issues thanks to the societal norms and pressures, or the way women are supposed to look. That plays a very big role. Secondly, like you said, that there is no education or not enough information around women's health, women's hormones. So which is what we try and do. We try and educate the person. It's not because if you're at home, if you talk to somebody, and unfortunately the women who are older to us, the previous generation, also did not have access to a lot of information. So for them it's like, we went through it, everybody goes through it, just carry along. But or they'll tell you it's all in your head, it's all in your mind, you're overthinking, but that's not the case. So so many times when women come to me and then they describe their symptoms, and instead of telling them that brushing it off, when I ask them some other related questions, for instance, I ask them that, do you have unexplained body ache? And they're like, instantly yes, but I'm scared to even share it with anybody. Do you get migraines? They're like, yes. Brain fog. So people don't even know what brain fog is. And it's become so common now, especially with perimenopause, etc. These are things. So I would say that because of the societal pressure, that women start blaming their body, or don't feel like this body belongs to them. They don't feel good about themselves. Secondly, lack of education. And lastly, I think it's also the language. Even in the diet culture, now the narrative is changing. But earlier, dietitians and nutritionists, or even your trainers, they would tell you that you don't have willpower, you're not strong enough. So that puts you on a guilt trip. I've had women come and apologize to me profusely that I'm so sorry I couldn't follow the diet. And it breaks my heart. Because it's not for you to, there's nothing for you to apologize to me. It's the way your body is behaving. Your hormones are not in check. So you're bound to not comply with on a lower calorie diet. So I think these are the factors which kind of negatively impact the way we view ourselves.
No, I definitely agree there. But if we were to put certain symptoms down that where women can immediately understand that they are going through thyroid, or these are the symptoms that are to be related to thyroid, what would be the...
So with the problem here is that the symptoms may overlap with a lot of other deficiencies or normal problems. For instance, in hypothyroidism, the common symptoms are fatigue, hair fall, dry skin, low energy levels, and constipation, gut issues, anxiety, depression, insomnia. These are all symptoms. Irregular periods or heavy bleeding, all of this. Now fatigue, hair fall, these can also happen if you're anemic.
Yeah.
So it's a good idea to get your blood work done to understand that what levels are low or what are the nutrients that you're deficient in. Sometimes when you have your TSH is mildly elevated, instead of putting them on a medication, we also look at their vitamin D levels. Maybe they are low. So once you start supplementing with that, the TSH improves. So you need to understand it from a like a bigger holistic picture. Yeah.
How often should one go for the blood work, and what kind of blood test is like a standard we should be doing?
So see, for a regular person, we usually say it's a good idea to get your blood work done once a year. And March, April is a good time because winters, usually people are traveling, there are weddings, and you indulge in food. So it's good to take stock of your health and see if there are some deficiencies or some levels are elevated and what is needed to be corrected. Secondly, I'm not a very big fan of multivitamins. So it's always good to see what nutrient is lacking and then supplement with that or add those foods first. For thyroid, you should get a complete thyroid panel done with your free T3, free T4 and ultra-sensitive TSH. But along with that, get your antibodies tested too. Because 80% of people who have hypothyroidism, especially women, they don't know that they have Hashimoto's. Which is an autoimmune condition of the thyroid gland.
Correct.
So the solution is not to only supplement with a synthetic hormone, thyroid hormone. So it's very important to get that tested. And unfortunately, once we cross 40s and once perimenopause sets in, because estrogen levels also start to dip, our immune system also takes a hit. So then women are more at a risk of developing autoimmune conditions. So I think it's a very good idea to get your antibodies checked as well.
Talking about perimenopause, right? Again, that's been a hottest topic, especially women in 30s, because I am hearing this even more often now, where so many of my friends in their late 30s are saying that they have irregular periods now and they are facing mood swings, etc., which means that when you're getting closer to 40, you are hitting perimenopause to some extent. How do you suggest that women in 30s today kind of prepare themselves for that stage in life?
So I think it's fantastic that there's so much conversation now happening around perimenopause because I remember speaking with you earlier on this over the phone, and I told you how it broke my heart when I spoke with my mother and she went through such severe symptoms and she had absolutely no help or no way of managing those symptoms. But we have access to a lot of knowledge now. And unfortunately, there are some studies which have shown that Indian women tend to step into perimenopause earlier than other women globally. But still the average age is about 40, 41.
But why is that?
So women in their 30s, I think they need to start prioritizing their hormone health first. You need to clean up your diet and lifestyle. I tell women that we have eaten, we have partied through our 20s and 30s, early 30s. It's now important to start prepping your body for perimenopause. Now, it's not a disease.
Yeah.
It's a phase, it's a transitionary phase which all women have to go through. It's like puberty.
Correct.
And it's a transitionary phase before you menopause. But here the hormones are going to be very chaotic. And irregular periods are basically a sign of, when you're in later or later half of your perimenopause. It shouldn't be one of your earlier symptoms. But if that is the case, they should get their hormones tested, clean up their diet, have an anti-inflammatory diet, look at their gut health, prioritize sleep, look at their bone health, start lifting weights,
Yeah.
because you know
Yeah.
we start dropping muscle. So women around, they start dropping roughly from 3 to 8% of muscle mass after 30s.
Wow.
And then post 40s, when estrogen starts to dip, and then 50s when menopause hits, that it accelerates muscle loss. So it's important that you start building muscle before you step into perimenopause, because it's not like you can't gain muscle in your 40s, but then it's a more difficult process.
Understood. So in that whole process, nutrition is like the pillar of it. What should be the ideal diet, or what are the things that should one never miss in their diet while they are preparing themselves?
So, like I said, anti-inflammatory foods, or remove foods which are pro-inflammatory. That includes your sugar, your refined foods, alcohol.
Yeah.
We know all this, but we tend to, not pay attention till some sort of symptoms come knocking at the door.
Right.
And eat home cooked meals, eat locally produced seasonal foods, a lot of plant-based meals, and thankfully our culture does support a lot of plant-based meals. Include good quality proteins. Now when I say good quality proteins, I mean eggs, chicken, if you can get organic cage-free chicken and eggs, well and good. Look at good quality fish. But organic tofu is good, organic soy, edamame, they are also good. But soya chops, soya chunks, and chicken seek, chicken sausages, nuggets, these are not good quality proteins. So include those, include good fats, include nuts, avocados, good coconut chunks, coconut oil, desi ghee, these are all good fats which support your hormones. Then seed cycling really helps. So including seeds, but again, syncing them with your cycles. So there's a whole process to that. But again, nothing will work in isolation.
Yeah.
You have to do it collectively, and you have to be consistent with it.
Yeah, I think that makes a huge difference in your energy levels also, right? Like I feel like after I have build a routine for myself, I just feel more energetic when it comes to my food. Like I've literally started treating food as my medicine, because earlier I used to just eat on the go, didn't spend enough time. Now I literally eat in isolation to ensure every bite that I'm eating, I'm actually feeling it, because that's when you realize that it is nutrition that's going in. It's the medicine that the body needs, instead of just throwing in anything that you see on the go.
And you're nourishing yourself.
Yeah.
And it shows up, right?
Yeah.
And I also tell women when they say that, I don't like the body that I am in, I don't like myself, and I look at myself, I say, this is your body. Firstly, embrace your body. Secondly, if you don't feel like it's yours, or you don't feel a connect with your body, that's your body's way of telling you that you need to take better care.
Yeah.
So the love and the validation which we usually look for from external sources and people, we fail to give it to ourselves.
That's
especially
true.
As women, because of our cultural upbringing and conditioning, where we are never told to prioritize ourselves.
Yeah. Definitely. That
You're always last on the list.
Yeah.
Put everybody before you.
We always end up doing that, because
needs to
as a
change.
woman, we have that nature of giving, so we just end up being in that
The nurturing zone, yeah.
Correct. Talking about nurturing zone, because I've just delivered a baby, and I'm in my 3rd month of postpartum.
You don't look.
So a lot of learning from my previous pregnancy and postpartum, I guess. But this time, I think both the times of pregnancies were so different, and my postpartum journey was so different. I feel like, again, just embracing your body and loving what you have, this time it's become so much easier. So I feel like I'm not giving that much attention to my weight loss, hair loss, etc. Whereas the first time I was just freaking out, right? But in that entire journey also, I have ignored, I don't know if I've done the right thing or not, but I've ignored eating all those laddus and all of those things. So I want to ask you, how important it is to have a nutritious diet. I mean, of course, I have had other sources of nutrition come in, but our desi nutritious diet, which is those gaunt ke desi ghee laddus and all of that, or what should one do in the entire postpartum journey to get that nutrition in the body?
So you need to eat a balanced diet, and in India, if you travel through the country, the culture changes and all these traditions change. It's also because of the climate and the weather. So if you've lived in North India, there's a tendency of having panjiri and pinnis or gund ke laddu and all of those things post delivery. They're also heat producing foods which are needed for your body, right? I think women need to understand that healing takes time. You have to be patient, and after delivering a baby, your body goes through so much. And so you need to give your body the rest and the love, tender love care and nourishment. So, and if you're breastfeeding, of course you need to, because when you're breastfeeding, your body is going to take the nutrients from your body. So it's essential for you, or it's important for you to replenish those stores. So they happen if you eat like a balanced food, diet. So that's important. And again, it depends from person to person, honestly, and what are your food preferences. I get a lot of women postpartum who want to get on a plan, but then if they're staying within a joint family setup, it becomes difficult. So we give them a few guidelines and help them just navigate those 40 days or 3 months with that kind of a setup. And then I tell them that after 3 months, that's when you can start on a nutrition plan, on a fitness program, but just give your body 3 months. And just be patient.
No, but because I've just dealt with it, just telling yourself that you need those 3 months, one is like, someone telling you that, and the other one is actually feeling it.
Right.
Because the moment the baby's out, you want to get back to where you were. So how do you kind of balance the, mentally where you stand versus physically where you stand?
So now again, society's pressure and the importance they give to physical appearances, especially for women. And it's sad because, we tend to say that beauty is not skin deep, but sadly we live in a very superficial world. And that's why the pressure of this comparison, that how do these celebrities get back in shape so fast, and these influencers on social media now. But I mean, again, it's a challenge. You have to make peace with it, and if you can't, then it's a good idea to even consult with a therapist who can help you to navigate through all of that and the emotions, if you don't have a good support system at home. But I think you shouldn't be in a rush, because it'll do more harm to your body than good. And it happens. I would tell you that give yourself a year. So 3 months is not a very and it's not a big phase. 3 months you will, if you're eating clean, you will, if you don't drop weight drastically, you will not gain weight. So you'll at least maintain the weight that post delivery you do lose, say about 2-3 kgs as it is, right? So you'll at least maintain it for 3 months, and after that you start working. You still have 9 months. By the time your baby turns 1, you're back in shape.
I think it also comes down to because there's added responsibility, there's like a lot more happening in your life than just focusing on yourself, your body. So one thing that is constant and is working for you is you yourself, right? So you want to work on that first and then work along everything else. But of course, if you have the right support system, it just
that's very important.
Makes it easier for you. There are such interesting topics that we touched upon today with like thyroid and perimenopause and postpartum. You're writing a book as well.
Yes.
Do you want to talk a bit about that?
So the working title as of now is My Thyroid Story, and how I lost 30 kilos with thyroidism. And I'm trying to divide it into 3 parts, because if you tell somebody who has 30 kilos to lose, it seems like a daunting task.
Yeah.
That, oh my God, I have 30 kilos. So you're not going to be motivated. So I'm breaking it down into 3 parts. The first 10 kilos, the second 10 kilos, and the last 10 kilos. The last 10 kilos are the toughest to drop.
Yeah.
So that's going to be further divided into 2 parts because that took me the longest. And you know how in the first 10 kilos, how I lost without consulting with anyone, without joining a gym. So there are things that you can do on your own to reach that, drop 10 kilos. And then you hit a plateau, and then there are these mental blocks. There are, you become complacent, compliments start flowing, and then how to navigate through that, how to regain your motivation and still continue your journey, how to break it down into smaller goals, and how to not get disheartened if you've given yourself say 3 months, right? And if you've not dropped say 10 kgs in 3 months,
right,
but if you've still dropped 5, pat your back and keep going. Don't
Correct.
throw in the towel.
Yeah.
So how to do it with lot of photographs of me from those phases,
Nice.
and the exercises that I did.
Yeah.
Everything with meal plans, sample diet plans, all of that is going to be in the book. So
amazing.
Yeah.
That really helps because when you've seen like a real example in front of you, it just makes it more motivational for you to kind of be on track.
Right.
Otherwise, you feel like you're just running on a path which has no ending door or line to it because you don't see enough to kind of know where you're going, right? What are the myths around thyroid that you would really like to debunk?
I think the first myth would be that you can't lose weight with hypothyroidism, which I'm a living example that you can. And I also had a tendency of believing that till I found someone who actually was very fit with hypothyroidism, and that actually started my journey. Made me switch mentally that if she could do it, so can I.
Yeah.
So
and
that's
all without medication.
Yes. No, I did. I was on medication, but you lower the dose eventually.
Okay.
I started with 250, micrograms, and then you bring it down to 75, 50 micrograms. So that should be the idea. You don't need to be on a very high dose. That, and I think the second myth would be that you can't eat cruciferous vegetables like cauliflower, broccoli.
Yeah, I was told that.
Yeah, because they contain a compound called goitrogens.
Okay.
But then you need to eat them in their raw form, and you need to eat like kilos and kilos of them. And also, if you cook them, it deactivates the enzyme.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So if you're eating aloo gobi ki sabzi or broccoli steamed, it's absolutely okay.
Sahiba, if you would like to tell everyone about one belief about health or the body image that you would want people to unlearn about, what would it be?
That's an interesting question. So I would want people, or women especially, to unlearn that your health is not defined by the size of your body. If you're skinny, it doesn't mean that you're healthy or fit. Your body does not need fixing to feel loved. And lastly, I wish and I hope that women understand this and unlearn this, that there's so much more than the number on the weighing scale.
Yeah.
We give so much importance to that number. It controls us, it controls our mood, it controls how we feel, how we run the day, and it's absolutely rubbish.
Amazing, that's good to know. I should stop standing on my weighing scale and constantly
if it
look at
bothers you,
BMI.
yes, you should stop.
Yeah.
Ditch the scale.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming in and sharing so many valuable content pieces with us, which are like forever takeaways. And thank you everyone for watching us.
Thank you.